Well, here we are in, I think, early December, 1st or 2nd. And man, it's a day that kind of reminds me of an old Mamas and Papas song about all the leaves are gone and the sky is definitely gray. But I'm not really California dreaming. And I've just been out doing my chores with the boys. And it rained last night enough that the sponge that we call Earth is full finally this fall, and I think last night was the tipping point. It's starting to run over ground and down into what used to be our problem down here, but things are doing great. The drains that I put in last year right under here are running very well. Starting over here, actually starting over here and running down here under the drive, down along here, so it's picking up all that groundwater that's running over ground, and it's still doing a good job. It's putting out more water down here at the outlet. Not sure how well that's coming out, but yeah, a lot more water down here, twice as much, so all that it's picking up underground from the French drain. And not a good day to sit around the campfire, really, so we're going to hunker down inside. We're starting to decorate for Christmas. Terry's been out trimming our holly bush over there, and whatever that bush is with the red berries, and making a little Christmas arrangement out here and the little planters. And here's our good old faithful friends that have been with us for quite a while. Well, in a figurative sense, a lot longer than that. But so yeah, she's doing it up nice. Little tastes of Christmas here and there, and Donna and Daryl got us a new wreath to hang on the arbor. And the lights are up on the garland to light up at night. Well, I'm back in doing some maintenance on the riding lawnmower today. And I'm going to be removing this cowling because when I put it back last time, this was slightly out of alignment. And because this was slightly out of alignment, underneath this grill, which is metal, good stuff, is this fan, which pulls air in through these intakes and blows it around under the cowling to cool the engine. However, in the old days, good old Briggs & Stratton, this was part of the flywheel and it was cast metal. Now it's plastic. They put a plastic thing in here. Gosh darn. And wouldn't you know, because it was slightly out of alignment, it hit something here in the housing and busted off several of these fan blades. So I do want it to do an adequate job cooling. Now you remember, if you're farm report watchers, that I pulled this off because I had to clean out under there because a mouse had gotten in and nested under it. And so as I go today to start taking this apart, what do I notice? So I'm guessing that didn't just fly in there by itself, did it? Let's take a look at what's underneath. Well, fortunately, it looks like it didn't get very far along. That's all there was to it. It's not really packed around there with like it was before, so good news. Okay, there we have the old one on the left and the new one over here, and you can see several of the fins busted off. I'd say probably at least half of them were affected, even over into here. So we'll get that switched out. Back together, and let's just try this out before I crank it, just to make sure. Doesn't sound like anything hitting, so Well, we're making some progress on this fir tree down here that we took down. Getting it chunked up and out of here, and then the neighboring tree is going to come down too and open up this view a little bit from the house, which will be nice. Well, how's this for an Oregon logging rig? We'll see how the steering on the tractor is when we head back up the hill, stack it up by the barn. It's pretty heavy in the back end there. By the way, if you're local and you need some decoration material for Christmas or just something to stink up the house real good, let us know. There's a whole pile of it here. It'll be here till the spring. I seem to have left something behind. Well, that's not good. Why is that? Well, that's really not good. My little makeshift auxiliary hitch broke off. Okay, got that emptied. And you can see here's the other part. Not really very, probably only 1/8 inch metal. So I might have to come up with a better rig for that. Okay, here's an amended Oregon logging rig. And I had to pull off the box, hitch right to the tractor where it's supposed to go. Well, we got the big one down earlier this afternoon, and I guess it's a little bit foggy, but you can see over it's opening up the view real nice. And that's as far as we'll go. But yeah, the view off the deck here is much improved. Well, ain't I a mess? And we got we have some splitting to do. This is the heavier than I care to lift onto the trailer of the tractor and haul back to the electric splitter pile. So, and we got a couple of slash piles going. This is my slash expert over here. Yeah, right. Slash and burn. We still got some big chunks to pull out of that. And then we got all the small fry too. Now, would you believe if I told you that Terry and I cut all this with the old two-handed, two-person buck saw, right, hon?
Oh yeah.
This
only way to do it.
This orange object here is just showing our team color because the Oregon State Beavers are going to the I don't know, to what is it? The Cut Rate Bowl or something? What bowl are they going to? The Beavers.
Las Vegas.
The Las Vegas Bowl. Okay, so this is just here as team spirit. So something that is out here and it's orange. So don't be fooled by that. Had to get all these down to size where I can lift them easily enough onto the garden tractor trailer and haul them back. We'll finish them off on the electric splitter next spring. I got my handy axe here and I got my flannel shirt. I am ready to star leading man in a Hallmark movie. So, and this time of the year, I hate to admit, but Terry and I are kind of watching a lot of Christmas movies, all right. So, yeah, boy, but it's a formula deal, you know. Got the axe, got the shirt, and standing in front of a pile of split logs. Man, I'm going to have my hands full with her tonight. I'm on load 6 for this tree. I'll have to say, this is not the world's largest capacity logging rig out here in Oregon, but little at a time we're getting the job done. Kind of like a tortoise, I guess. We have a break in the rain this morning, and I can show we got all the slash piles, the wood's out for firewood and put away. But here's what the new view looks like down this way. Where we're looking basically at trees before. So I'll put up a slide of what it was. Here's what it was. And here's what it is now. Morning, boys. December 10th. Well, December 10th is kind of bringing a little bit of a sadness in my heart. Usually I love to look forward to Christmas, and I do. But the boys have about less than 4 weeks remaining with us. January 5th is when they're moving on, shall we say. And I'm kind of miss them. Well, the boys are all fed. They got hay, they got pellets. They're pigging out on breakfast, aren't you? Yeah, good boy. Well, let's address the what might be for some the elephant in the living room. Is it hard when butchering day comes? Well, yeah, it is. Got to remember, Terry and I are just city folks, really. We're just pretend farmers. We like to tell people that. You know, previous to this, I wasn't really a hunter or anything, so there wasn't nothing philosophical about that. Just wasn't me. I'm not like into hunting deer or anything like that. So come butcher day, yeah, it's tough. And I imagine too, I'm not sure, not being a hunter, but you go out and hunt a deer, you know, you just met that deer, really. You don't have a relationship. These guys, you know, they're bottle fed when they were babies, 3 times a day to start, and then twice, and then weaning them off and getting them going on solid food. And we have kind of a daily relationship with them, and as many of you who watch the Farm Report have giggled and noted, is yeah, we talk to them, don't we? Talk to them a lot. This starts the season that some of that talk begins to be gratitude and thankfulness. We begin to thank them an awful lot for their service and who they are and what they're going to do. One of the things that Terry and I have learned along the way is I think there's a deeper appreciation and gratitude for the food that we grow here on the farm, whether it's beef or, you know, it's in the orchard or the vineyard or the vegetable garden. Again, nothing philosophical, and you know, for most of our life, we went to the grocery store, and we still go to the grocery store, and get probably, frankly, most of our food at the grocery store. But yeah, use the use the force, Patch. Yeah, he's trying to compete with Buddy for his pellets here. We went out to a restaurant the other night, and each had different kind of chicken burritos. We don't really know where that food came from. We don't know if the farmers were good to their animals or not. And you know, we really don't think twice about it. But with the meat that goes into our freezer here, the beef anyway, we know how it was raised. We know we didn't pump it full of unnecessary antibiotics. We know that we didn't, you know, try to unnaturally fatten it up just before it was slaughtered. We know that it's raised in a beautiful setting, and we try to make them as comfortable as possible. I think another thing we've learned along the way is that there's a give and take between us and the animals. The take on our part is probably quite obvious, but the give is all the work that goes into, you know, the bottle feeding, the keeping them safe, the hauling hay home for them, you know, keeping them fenced in so they're not running around the highway getting hit by cars, the cleaning out the stalls. And so it's kind of it's a relationship with our food, and it's one that we actually feel kind of privileged to have. So I don't know, maybe that's hard to understand. It might have been for us before we'd done it. You know, for about 25 years, when we moved out to Oregon, we were getting beef from Dad, and we'd been out here and sort of met the cows. But it's different when you take care of them day to day, and you know, they're kind of a part of your life. The week after they're gone, I'll still have I do a lot out in the barn besides tending to the animals. So I come out here and it'll be awful lonely out here. I'll probably end up talking to myself out here for a while. After these guys, our plan is to take a little break. You know, the predator issue has thrown us a curveball in terms of our ability to go out and do other things in retirement we want to do, like go visit people. Of course, the pandemic affected that, but now what's affecting it is you know, things like being here to feed them because the pastures probably really not built for 2 full-size cows. They remind me of that every day. We'll take a little break and reassess from there. Probably pick up animals again a year from now, you know, in early 2024. So in the meantime, we'll have to fill the farm reports see if we can make vegetables as interesting as animals. I don't know if we'll be able to do that, will we? So anyway. So that's what we know about that. If you made it this far, then thanks for listening to a difficult topic. Difficult for us too.